Are you kidding me? This is the stuff I'm breathing in.
Today we're doing a deep clean on this window AC unit. We're going to clean it, remove the mold, try to make it so the mold doesn't come back, and hopefully greatly increase the efficiency and the cooling power. In a previous video, we cleaned this the best we could without taking it out of the window. Kind of cleaning it the lazy way, if you may. Window air conditioners need cleaned often because they get so filthy. On the left is a furnace filter and you could see it catches dust and debris, whereas the one on the right couldn't even catch a cold. This model's intake grill has 2 screws and 2 tabs holding it on. Here's one tab and the other. Every manufacturer's cage is a little bit different, but you need to take off the cage, which involves a lot of screws. This is one whole piece that slides out, where some of them come off in pieces. Now we're going to play a little game called Watch Me Think I'm Smarter Than Everyone Else by sliding it out instead of taking off the electrical box and tipping it like I know I need to. So after admitting defeat, I did it the right way by taking off this electrical box. Get this out of the way so it doesn't get smashed, and also get your little temperature probe out of the way. This just comes undone. Now all you have to do is tip it on its face so that you don't smash any electrical components. Now you just pull off the whole cage. See how easy that was, Tim? Yeah, you proved your point. Now just lean that baby back. Now take off your top plate so you can get more access. And like I said, every window AC is built a little different, so just use your judgment. All you need is this magic brush right here, some sort of cleaner or degreaser that's safe. I'd recommend this one. And a really cool spray nozzle that is about the perfect pressure to clean out the AC fins. If you buy the foaming cleaner, the cap has a nice brush on the end of it that can clean out hair, cotton, leaves, or anything else in the AC fins. We cleaned this in the other video, so there won't be anything to clean. Here's a picture of before we started cleaning, and we'll compare that to how it worked afterwards. The least best option is to just use water. You do not want to use a power washer because the AC fins are very delicate. I found that this nozzle is about the perfect amount of pressure that you want. If you don't have enough water pressure, it won't go in between the fins and clean. And if you have too much water pressure, it'll actually bend the fins, which I'll show you here in a little bit. This may look just like dirt, but it's actually like a very caked on mud substance that is really hard to get off. That's why I believe chemicals are a little bit better, because the degreaser compound really helps break down the buildup and clean. I've used this nozzle for years on everything from car washes to spraying out these AC units. So I recommend you go on Amazon and pick one up. I'll have a link below. Watch right here, you'll see how easy it is to bend these fins. That's why I would recommend not going at an angle when you spray. Keeping the fin straight is important for the efficiency of the machine, as it helps with dissipating the heat. But better than water is to soak it with a degreaser. I mixed up the recommended 1 part simple green to 1 part water to create a degreaser. You can mix this up, spray it on, and let it sit for a while so that it could soften and start cutting the dirt and grime. The best and my favorite product to use is this air conditioner foaming cleaner. It's safe to use and won't corrode, and it also comes with that little cap I mentioned earlier. I'm not sponsored by any of these products, I'm just a big fan, and all of these will be listed in links below, and if you click on the links, I'll get a kickback and you'll be supporting the channel. Not only is this extremely fun to use, this is actually really effective. The AC fins are so narrow, the foam as it expands actually can get in between and start working its magic. Go ahead and let it sit for a while. Here's an example of it expanding so much it's coming through the other side. That is a good deep clean, in my opinion. On the right, you could see it already starts to extract some of the dirt and pull it away. Here's a better picture of that. After you rinse it off, if you're not satisfied, you need to start using some elbow grease. This brush right here is actually to clean your refrigerator coils. When was the last time you cleaned your refrigerator coils? Did you even know you had them? But it's really the best thing I found to clean in between the fan and the condenser. My wire brush would work great, but it was just a little too big. You could see the wire brush could fit in just a little part of this, but where this fan is, you just couldn't reach it. That's where this refrigerator coils brush really comes in handy. That's so great, let's watch that again. You can see here that we did a pretty good job of getting most of it out. I would shoot for 80 to 90% great. I just don't think it's worth your time to get that last 10 or 20%. If you're really feeling brave and you want to get in there and get a good clean, you can kind of spread apart this fan shroud. Be careful because on the other side there's connections that if you bust a leak you'll ruin this whole thing. This will buy you an inch or two of space to work in to get in there with your tool. Here's after I cleaned it. It's not perfect, but it is a whole lot better. And here's the before and after comparison. Now it's time to start cleaning the bottom of your window air conditioner. And this is where all the dirt and grime starts building and collecting. It can also start rusting out your bottom. I find that using a shop vac or a wet dry vacuum is the best way to clean it. Let's just watch for another 10 seconds just how satisfying this is. There's one extremely important part that needs cleaned. A lot of people have issues with water running inside or spitting out the fan. If it's installed properly and working great, that shouldn't happen. But that is because water is building up and not allowing to drain to the back of the unit. So this part needs cleaned really good. You can see that over the years, leaves and dirt kind of build up and create a little dam to where the water can't flow to the back of the machine, which is where it needs to be. The best way I found is just to use your nozzle sprayer and just blow all of this garbage towards the back. You can also use your handy dandy little brush you just bought to get in there and clean it.
Are you kidding me? This is the stuff I'm breathing in.
No sir, we are not, and yes sir, that is a lot of mold on there. Unfortunately, this is just a mild case of mold. It gets pretty bad. My favorite mold product is called Concrobium. Not only does it kill the mold, it supposedly leaves a layer that inhibits mold growth in the future. In my research over the years, mold seems to affect people differently. Some people are really affected and some people aren't. But if you go outside, there's going to be a certain amount of mold spores in the air. It's just nothing to really freak out about, but it can bring some respiratory issues and other issues. Anywho, just put some in a bottle, spray and douse it as good as you can, wipe it up, wipe it off, and just call it good. Whatever you do, do not use bleach. Yes, it kills mold, but is also very corrosive to things that are metal. Now you're ready to just spray everything off and put it back together. If your controller is like mine, just line up the tabs and it should click in. The temperature probe just lines up into those horizontal lines you see. And if you remember, we have two tabs we just have to line up here. One screw on each side and we are good to go. Don't forget to put in your little filter. This air conditioner is broke, or is it just dirty? I'm going to go clean that next. That video will be down here on the bottom left of your screen when I finish recording it. If you want to watch the first part of this video, how to clean the window ACs the lazy way, that'll be right up here.